Hello, I'm a 37-year-old British man. No girlfriend, no job, no flat or house or anything. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty much a failure by anyone's standards. I failed at lots of things. Um, tried to, the first thing I really tried to be was a writer, but that didn't turn out very well. Um, I wrote a few novels, if you can call them that, but they were basically unreadable, apart from to me. I actually liked them quite a lot, but I can see why no one wanted to publish them because it's just like gobbledygook. I was pretty out of my mind when I wrote them, but I really put a lot of effort into them, and I'm happy with them. But that was more than 10 years ago. Um, and I wrote some short stories and some poems, and I actually read a short story at a literary festival. And I remember after I read it, I was in this little tent, and there was like maybe 20, 25 people watching, and I tore up the piece of paper that I was reading from, and then put a piece of paper in my mouth and chewed on it. Um, yeah, it was weird reading out things that I'd came up with just sitting in my room, in my bedroom, all alone, and then like putting it out there for people. I remember there was a little kid looking at me while I was reading it, and I was just thinking, like, what is that kid thinking? What do they think about what I'm doing here? Reading this weird story. Um, but anyway, yeah, I tried being a writer for a few years before the penny finally dropped, and I realized that I wasn't going to make it. Um, I did think I would, you know, in the very early stages, but you gradually realize what it actually takes to write something that people actually want to read. Um, and I was just writing what I wanted to read. I know that some people say that's good, but sometimes you can just write something that is really, unreadable to people except yourself. Um, what else have I failed at? Uni. I went to uni and dropped out. I did a year, technically 2 years, but the second year I didn't do anything. I just kind of lay in the dark and ate Nutrigrain breakfast bars. I got a big box from Costco, and that's like the taste of depression to me is Nutrigrain. I don't know if they still do them. I think they were called Elevenses. They're in a purple package. I'm not sure if they still do them, but that's the taste of depression to me, or at least that era of depression. Um, what else have I failed at? Being an artist. I tried to be an artist, um, doing abstract art because I can't draw, and I did some markets in Edinburgh, but I only made money on one, and I did maybe four or five, and I lost money on four of them. So I ended up, yeah, losing money because you have to pay for the table or the stall or whatever, and you have to make the money back. Um, also I made an Etsy shop, and I've only sold things to friends and family who have taken pity on me. Um, and yeah, I bought this printer, this that does A3 prints, and that was quite a lot of money. So that, yeah, it's probably a waste of money because I I don't think I still do a bit of art, but I don't think it's going to be my profession. I do weird things. Like I've got something here. I didn't know if I was going to show this, but it's here, so I'll show it. Like that. Like I'm not sure if anyone would buy that. Well, I know they don't because I've put it on Etsy and no one's buying it. So, but it's stuff like that. It's stuff that I like. It's it's kind of weird abstract stuff that, and most people don't seem to like that. They like a certain style, and that's, I'm not saying they shouldn't like that. That's perfectly fine. But I'm not very good at doing things just for the sake of doing them. It feels very soulless to me. But maybe that's why I haven't made any money at this stuff, because I'm always trying to do what I like and not what people want to buy, which should be, at least part of um, the equation. Yeah, I've had failed relationships as well. I mean, all sorts, little things, little failures, and I find it's hard to get over them, you know. But it's also kind of cathartic because you try so hard and then it doesn't happen, doesn't work out, and then you finally realize that it's not gonna happen, and then you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief and go, well, thank goodness, at least we know, at least I tried, and it's better to try and fail than not try at all, I guess. But yeah, it's still an overall negative experience because now I don't know what to do. I have no idea. Um, like I said, I haven't completely given up on art. I haven't written for forever, so I've probably given up on that. Maybe I'll do it in like 20 years or something, but I don't know if I'm still around in 20 years' time. That is. Yeah, I still do a bit of art here and there, but not enough to live on. So I guess I'll just try and do something else. Um, I tried to be in a band. I was in a band for a bit, but we had one gig, and it was with a band that had toured with Avril Lavigne. It was a South African band because our drummer was from South Africa and he knew this band, and they toured with Avril Lavigne, so that was cool. But they were so much better than us, and they were the opening act. We were the headline act, and they completely blew us out of the water because they were just so professional, and we were like just starting out, and our songs were terrible, and theirs were really good. Um, so yeah, that didn't last very long. Um, yeah, so I feel like a failure. I feel like I've failed at life. I've tried YouTube as well. I've tried to do walking videos, um, because it seemed quite fun, enjoyable. Show people around different places. Um, but that didn't really go anywhere. I tried to make a gaming channel. That was short lived. And and now I've got a separate kind of funny comedy skit channel, which uh, most videos get. If a video gets more than 5 views, I consider that a success because most of them get like two. Um, so yeah, I've been doing that for a few months. I enjoy it. I do it more for enjoyment than anything, but it's like the art stuff. It's like, okay, I like it, but no one else does. No one's asking for this, so it's like, why are you doing this? Are you just doing this for yourself? Like, what's the point? What's the end game? Um, but yeah, I guess that's it.